So welcome back to, well, not welcome back. This is the first episode, hopefully the first successful episode of our podcast. We did record another one, and it got deleted by accident. We talked about Avengers Endgame before seeing it, and I guess it wouldn't have worked anyways because we would have uploaded it way after the movie came out. So this works out better. From the title, you can tell we're going to be talking about Avengers Endgame today. Full spoilers, so spoiler warning. And I guess I have to introduce the guests again. We have Anhad, Nick, and Sedina. So we can go one at a time. Introduce yourselves. Sedina first.
Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Dina, and I am a filmmaker and YouTuber. I make videos for fun, and I write and do all kinds of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm Akash's friend, and I go to school with him. So.
And he's my roommate.
Yeah.
So, and then we have Anhad. He wrote a couple of the videos on the channel, like Deadpool vs. Wolverine 1 and 2, which are very successful videos.
Yeah, and I'm just like a high school friend of Akash's. Like, we're pretty close, and I'm pretty interested in everything he does, not just Lego, a lot of superhero stuff,
in general.
Yeah,
Star Wars. We're all Marvel fans, Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of everything really in that department.
And then rad visuals on the other end.
Yeah, I'm a YouTube friend of Akash's, and I make YouTube videos, same as Akash.
Our Avengers Endgame collab is out right now.
Part 1 and Part 2.
In the description. Links to everyone's social medias and channels will be in the descriptions. But okay, let's get right into it. I don't want to lose any more energy. We've been here for 5 hours. So first, I guess we'll briefly talk about the Far From Home trailer. Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was different. I thought
it was sick.
I think it looks super different. That's what I like about it. It looks different.
I didn't like how much they revealed in it though.
I didn't like that. Like the MJ part?
Yeah.
That was a little
Spider-Man, I was like, wait, what?
I didn't know.
That's something I would.
That felt like an accident.
One thing doesn't sit well with me is so many of them got snapped.
That's true. That's what we were gonna talk about, me and Nick, later. Apparently, Aunt May got snapped away when Thanos snapped.
Really?
And all his friends.
That's weird.
Aunt May getting snapped, I think is whack.
Yeah.
Because I think she should have mourned
Yeah,
Peter
I
for
think
those 5 years.
Marissa Tomei is a good actor, and she would have that part would suit her well, where she had to grieve and mourn over.
Because they confirmed it. The directors confirmed that she was snapped away.
Seems convenient.
Yeah, his whole class was snapped away. That's kind of convenient.
That's definitely
I'm assuming though, because they all seem to be still in high school.
Mm-hmm. The thing is though, I feel like the Marvel films in general are full of just little conveniences that help make the storytelling easier.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're comic book movies. You're not going there to see an Oscar-worthy film. You're kind of just there to be entertained and have fun.
And I guess it does make sense that 50% of the school was possibly 50% stayed. This guy has 3 friends only. It's not that unbelievable that the 3 of them were gone too.
And not just that, it's when people got snapped, they got snapped randomly. You know
exactly.
It wasn't just. It's not 50% of everything. It's random.
So it could literally be your whole school stays, but you go. It's not just 50% of your school in particular.
Yeah. But it does. I think the trailer is really interesting. They went
so far
in a really different direction than what they established in
I think they did make a mistake putting the Iron Man line in there. That was perfect bait for all those
haters.
Exactly. Why would you add that line?
What Iron Man?
When he's the world needs a new Iron Man.
And
why would you put that line in the trailer when you know one of the biggest nitpicks about Spider-Man MCU is that he's Iron Man Jr.? Why would you do that?
How is he Iron Man Jr.?
Mistake.
People say he's Iron Man Jr.
I don't
and he's
see
not his
that
own
at all.
character.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't see that either, but that's what people say. And then that line, dude, Twitter is going crazy. Everyone's just oh, no, Iron Man.
Yeah. And then the multiverse thing, though, is getting a lot of people excited. There's a lot of discussion surrounding that.
I think that's how they're going to bring in, the X-Men.
And Fantastic Four.
That'd be smart.
Because, where would they have come from, you know?
Yeah.
But it would also be kind of cool if the mutants were already kind of existing and just hiding.
That's true, because they do have the series and stuff, right? Inhumans and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's true.
So they could use sort of that type of thing to weave them into the story. But it's exciting to see. After Endgame, I was just man, where are they going from here? What is gonna happen now? And then I guess Far From Home sort of calmed me down a little bit in terms of I'm a lot less. I feel a lot of relief let's say.
Yeah, I don't want to see another Avengers movie though.
Not for a while.
Yeah,
Not for a
I
while.
still feel like I don't want to see another one.
You can just see right here.
Yeah, honestly,
It's,
I feel that.
I'm really excited for Far From Home though. I think it might be the movie I'm most excited for this year. It's not Star Wars. No, like after Endgame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like Jay Gyllenhaal there. I wish he was Moon Knight a little bit more.
Bruh.
Personally, but he still looks good in the role.
Okay, speaking of Endgame, so we
Yeah.
all saw the movie.
Yeah.
We all liked it, right? Like Nick, you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go around the table. First, we'll give our ratings out of 10. Then we'll give where we rank it in the MCU. Like, it doesn't have to be specific, just a general idea. And then we'll just talk freely about spoilers. So we'll start with probably the lowest rating on the table. Out of 10.
Out of 10?
If it's easier, you can do out of 5.
No, it's not easier.
Not Regina though. I want a 10 from you. I don't want your letterbox ratings out here. I want a 10 from you, but you can do 5.
Probably like a 8.5.
Oh, what?
Something like that.
I was expecting like a 7.5.
No, like an 8.5. I liked it. It was good because what made it really watchable for me is that it wasn't just like fight scene.
Yes.
There was something going on throughout the whole movie, and then when the fight scene finally happened, it actually felt like something.
so rewarding.
It felt like it meant something as opposed to previous Avengers movies, which were just fight scene after fight scene basically, and other Marvel movies that were like that. So yeah, I liked it. I liked how someone actually died for something at the end. Oh yeah, but as far as where it ranks in the MCU, I would probably say in the top 5 movies of the MCU. I don't think top 3, but I think top 5.
Okay. That's all you gotta say.
I don't remember all the ones off the top of my head, but yeah.
Okay, and
I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
ooh.
Though like one rate, like it's not a 10 for me because there's a lot of
Plot holes?
It's not plot holes, it's time travel, right? You can't
like unanswered questions.
Time travel is like you cannot prove anything in time travel, right? At the end of the day. So like it's just like a lot of it was left open to like what you interpreted from the movie. But I also, what was the other question that
ranking, like top 5, top 10. If you know exactly where you put it.
I think I'd probably put it top 3. Top 2.
Wow. Okay, what are the 2 then?
Endgame
and Infinity War?
No, I don't think Infinity War. Like top 2.
Gotta have Winter Soldier in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Winter Soldier.
That's like a perfect Marvel movie.
So it's
the best. It's my favorite one, personally.
It's my favorite Marvel movie.
But I'd put Endgame above it because you gotta think of like how big it is, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that's because it works.
They're tying up like
narratively,
so
like,
much.
Winter Soldier works better in my opinion.
I can think of a few.
It feels like a standalone movie, though. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I'm gonna give it a 8.5 as well, and it's top 3 for me. It's 3rd though. I put it 3rd.
One thing I'd say, this movie like was really emotionally like affected me. Like after I watched it, I felt like
you didn't care.
Different.
No, I thought it. I mean, yeah, Iron Man died, Black Widow died, and all this other stuff happened. Well, yeah, but we already said spoiler. But it was just like it felt like the right way to end it. You know, I wasn't like. I mean, I wasn't sad about it necessarily.
I didn't cry or anything, but like it felt like like some distant family of yours was like.
Yeah, I can't relate.
Yeah,
man.
honestly, like a lot of people watching the channel know that like I don't like Iron Man. Like I'm always like,
don't?
No, like I don't like him.
He's
that
a
much.
Captain America.
I don't really like Iron Man, but this movie like made me like him a lot more, and then I was sad when he died. Like it hit different. This movie, if he would have died 4 movies ago, I would have been like
much.
Whatever. Exactly. Yeah, he changed a lot. Like that meme where it puts like it's like Cap and Tony. Cap is like saying you're not the one to make the sacrifice play. Yeah, and it's him snapping. And then it's like Tony saying everything's special, but you came up with bottle. And
I mean
he's worthy. The hammer. That's a good photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dina.
Oh man, because
11.
Okay, that's the thing. Like we were talking about the stars. I gave it a 5 star.
No, 10. Movie. I need 10. I need out of 10.
Because it's a 5-star movie, so I gotta say 10 out of 10 to make sense. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Ratio wise,
Yeah, like that's the only way it makes sense. But so it's like, but realistically, because all emotions and me crying, like I was bawling my eyes out during the movie. Like I was just actually audibly like crying. So, but like that aside, and just like as a movie itself, I'm gonna give it like a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's sort of like just satisfies so many fans and kind of just like, you know what I mean, like solves a lot of the plot threads that were like building for so long. So for that, I'm gonna say that it's just a really well structured film, a lot of fun. So I'm gonna give it that solid 9 and
ranking
top 4 for me.
top 4. Okay.
Top 3, 4.
Do you know what's above it?
Above it, definitely like this is gonna like I really love the Winter Soldier a lot. I'm gonna say I really love Spider-Man: Homecoming, so I'm gonna say that. So probably 3rd.
Yeah,
Third?
Yeah.
So we all agree it's better than Infinity War.
Yeah, it's better than Infinity War for sure. So I'd say Winter Soldier, Homecoming, then Endgame.
Okay.
I would put Iron Man above Endgame.
You would?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
Iron Man's
I would not.
Iron Man just didn't sit with me. Like
I liked it, but
I'd put it.
Personally,
I'd put the first Thor movie. I like the first Thor movie.
The first Thor movie is really,
but like
it's great.
it just
or maybe the third.
but it's not reaching the.
I wouldn't
top
put it on my
five.
top. Yeah.
No.
That's like
But it's top 10 though for me, I think.
Thor 1.
Yeah.
No,
You could have
no
a top 10.
way, not for me. Though.
Thor 3 for sure is top.
Thor 3
10
is top
at
10
least.
for me, but Thor 1 is not.
Yeah,
Thor 1's
I
maybe like right outside the top 10, I would say.
How many MCU movies are there? 22.
20.
Okay, Thor's like 11 for me.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely something like that.
I don't know.
Because I can't think of the ones that are below it, but I can think of all the ones.
I
that
do
are
love like First Avenger and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
First Avengers.
I have to
like,
rewatch them all though in order to make a proper.
Both the Guardians are in my top 5.
Fair.
I love Guardians.
First
And I
Avenger is
love
in my top
Guardians
10.
too.
I love
Really?
First Avenger. Yeah.
I love First Avenger.
I love, like,
10 as well.
Peggy and Cap's like story. It just felt
Beautiful. I loved
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Where's Captain Marvel?
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
Captain Marvel's.
You
super-
still haven't seen it.
I'd have it 10 to 15.
He didn't see it last
Yeah,
podcast
10 to
either.
15. If I'm being honest.
So what's last? Do we all have Thor: Dark World last,
Yeah.
or Hulk last?
Oh.
No.
No.
Don't put some whack. Don't. What are you about to say?
He's gonna say like
It's because gonna throw
Like Iron Man 3 or something.
Iron Man 3 is worse than the Dark World.
Yeah. I don't like
See,
Iron
that's
Man.
fair enough.
That's kinda
But,
wild.
Like because I'm not a huge fan.
For me,
of
it's
Iron
just
Man
Thor:
3.
Dark World and then Hulk.
Oh yeah, Hulk.
It's just those two.
I
Those
don't
are my
think-
bottom 3. I'll say that.
And then the third is probably like Iron Man 3,
Fair.
maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Guardians
no,
2 would probably be at the bottom.
Captain
Marvel.
Marvel.
Really?
Guardians 2 would be
I
in my
love
top
Guardians
10 to
2.
15.
I love Guardians 2. It's the prettiest
Yeah.
Marvel movie.
It's great.
First of all,
That's true.
It's
I like its
so
poster,
nice.
like the art.
It
The
looks
poster's
good,
whack.
I don't
The
know.
poster
No,
had
I really
terrible
I like it.
Photoshop.
No, I think the
I like-
posters are great.
Okay, wait, which poster?
The one where they're all
Guardians
standing and,
one-
like they have
where,
their
like,
hands
Peter
up.
Quill's,
I
like,
hate
in a
that
weird
one. I
position.
hate that one.
I really like that one actually. It's a lot of fun. It represents the film really well, I would say. I think Captain Marvel's like an easy like number like 14 or something.
It's 14.
It's super mid. Like it's not
Yeah,
like it's
but-
so average.
the thing like with Captain Marvel is like I don't like her delivery. It just felt like
Yeah,
I don't
It's
think
too
that's her fault.
sarcastic.
I don't think that's her. She probably like got lines and was like, "How am I supposed to deliver this? I might as well just be."
I
sarcastic."
also think the story just wasn't a good like starting story. Like it didn't feel like
it was.
any of her
Yeah,
feelings were in
that
the movie.
story did feel more of like a second movie
Yeah.
story. It didn't feel like a first movie story.
Like it was all
also
jokes,
just wasn't
bro.
that.
I didn't
like,
feel any like
there were no
sentiment. Like
stakes,
imagine
yeah,
losing your memory. Like would you not be like?
That's the
have
thing
any
we did.
emotional
She
trauma.
obviously came to terms with it in the time we didn't see off screen, which is why we needed a first
Yeah.
movie going further back.
It was just not. Yeah, and it also was just too.
Because like if the character doesn't care that they've lost their memory, why should we? Like
Yeah.
we needed to see her
Yeah.
caring.
But
about
not just that, it's like we've seen so much spectacle and such interesting stories in like previous Marvel movies
Yeah, that's
true.
that this film coming at
Like,
this point
Yeah.
makes it way less effective. If it was early Marvel,
6 years ago, this movie would have hit.
yeah, it would have been
would've hit.
completely
It would've
different
hit.
experience. But now that we've seen things like the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier, like mixing story and action, like
Mhm.
this just doesn't.
They
hit
dropped.
the same
They
way.
dropped the 2014 Marvel movie in 2018.
1990, 2019.
It came out this year?
Yeah.
March.
Oh my God! It's June.
Yeah.
No, it's May. It's May.
Yeah.
It's May.
No,
It
but
depends
yeah,
when
that's-
this drops.
no, but yeah.
It depends when this comes up.
I would say something. I would say even like honestly,
2011?
like 2011
Yeah,
Marvel
that's
movie
facts.
in 2019.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the movie. You know what I
Technically, they
mean?
dropped in 1980. What was the movie? I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know when the movie
1986.
came out. Okay. So moving on to Endgame.
Yeah.
What was the one thing in the movie that just didn't work? Like what's the one thing you didn't like? Can you name something you didn't like other than like people saying they ruined Thor's arc?
No.
Well, first of all, I like Thor in that.
Yeah.
Thor,
That was
the
funny.
people
It
saying
makes
that-
perfect sense.
Yeah,
what
it does
happened
make
to
perfect
too.
sense.
Like that's what would happen.
Tony Stark saying, "Give me an inverted Mobius strip," and then saying, "Give me the eigenvalues," and then solving time
Okay,
travel.
man, this guy's
in like
Okay,
2 seconds, though.
But we don't know.
That
We don't
doesn't
know
make
how
sense.
long he'd been working on time travel for, though.
But I know even when he
What
was
if
talking
he was
about, I
working
understood what he
on
was
it
talking
earlier?
about.
What if he was working on it earlier?
Could have been in
Like,
okay,
it never
but
said.
Even so, I know what an eigenvalue is. That makes no sense.
Bro, it's
I
not
mean,
supposed
no
to make
sense.
sense.
Yeah, dude.
It's not
No
supposed to
sense.
make
Marvel,
sense.
you're not going to Marvel movies for scientific.
They don't
accuracy.
fact check. They don't fact check.
Yeah, no, I
Watch
don't.
Interstellar, bro.
No, even some of Interstellar doesn't make sense.
Did you
Some
see
of
the?
it's
I know. I
If
showed.
it made perfect sense, it wouldn't be as entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
But
can't just
that's the thing about
I
movies.
disagree
Though.
with that. Like
No.
that's one scene. I don't know.
No, a lot of
No,
cinema
watch-
is like it can't make perfect sense
Mm,
for it to
Be
because otherwise it's
entertaining, yeah.
literally real.
Literally
And also,
real life,
why
yeah.
would
You
it
know
make
what I
sense?
mean?
It's
Yeah,
time
yeah.
travel.
When you watch a movie, you don't want to watch your
No,
own
no,
like,
Yeah, you're not watching.
documentary.
You're not
bro.
watching a movie.
Yeah.
for-
You're not watching National Geographic.
No, but
you're
like, that's
watching
what I'm saying.
Endgame.
Like you're watching a movie, so it doesn't need to make sense. Like you're not watching a Marvel movie
Mhm.
for the scientific accuracy.
Like I don't want to see the
Nicholas.
actor go to the washroom, bro. Like
Yeah, like
I'm
you just
good.
Yeah, I know, but
you're
I
there
mean-
for entertainment and escapism. Like
I mean, but then there's a certain balance there. Like if you look at a movie like 2001, like that's
Bruh,
until the
this guy
end,
really brought up-
until the end, extremely accurate.
that's
And
also
every-
Stanley Kubrick. So
But it's so
these guys
fire.
are Stanley Kubrick. You know what I mean? Like it's different.
Don't disrespect the user bus. Okay, did you
I'm
guys?
not- no, I'm saying like
No, I'm
they're
joking,
no
I'm joking.
Stanley Kubrick though.
Yeah.
Did you see that? I know I showed it. I think I showed it. Told you. There's like a photo where, and I checked this. I fact checked this myself. It's like when Gamora dies, Black
Yeah,
Widow's blood
the
is
blood
there.
is there.
And it's in the exact positioning. I looked at
Really?
both the shots.
Yeah.
It's the exact same spot,
Damn.
which makes sense because she died way before her.
Yeah, but
Like
that's not
yeah.
following the logic that
That
yeah.
is though, because that
No, it's
didn't
not.
change anything though.
No, because they said when you go back in time, it creates a new timeline.
But
So
They did
her
say that
blood
too.
shouldn't
Yeah.
be there.
what do you? How
That's
though? Because
true.
they didn't change anything.
No, but it doesn't
And
make
this
it
is
doesn't-
more-
literally
this is
creates-
more-
No, but remember when the ancient one? They
Yeah,
showed,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
the
But
time
that's
versus-
this is a planet like that's. It's not like a normal planet. It's not like Earth. It's literally like one space. I don't think it's matter. It's different from if something happens on Earth. Like literally nothing has happened there.
Dude,
For so
no,
my brain
no,
hurts
because-
from
no,
thinking
because-
about this.
yeah.
look at what
Okay,
the
well,
Hulk's-
I was just giving y'all a fact. Y'all, I didn't make the movie.
No, I know. no, but if you look at what the Hulk said, when you go back and when you go into the past, your past then becomes your future. So then that
I
creates
know.
a new
I'm like basically saying I think Vormir is just detached from all realities. I think it's just that space where you acquire the Soul Stone. Like I don't think
You think that one? Okay, I don't know much about that.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying what happens there is like it's Vormir.
I don't know how that place works.
Like,
honestly.
exactly,
It's
you
not
know?
very.
Yeah, why was the Red Skull there? By the way, I mean,
Because they need a cool cameo. They didn't bring the actor back, so I can't even say
Yo,
that.
I'm trying to see Cap see the Red Skull.
Yeah,
I
should
saw
that
those
should have been
memes,
the
dude.
Yeah.
Welcome, Steve, son of Rogers.
yeah, I saw that.
They should make like a
You're
like a
still
short
alone.
film.
Someone should do that, like a fan film.
not even a fan film. Like they
Steve
put stuff
Buscemi.
on
Dude, I
Oh,
want,
yeah,
I want,
yeah,
I want a Chris Evans, Haley Atwell like mini
Series,
series.
yeah. No wonder.
That would be
Of
so
the
boring.
alternate timeline.
Yeah,
Yo,
like, what would that
it
be
would
about?
be boring. You're right,
Boring.
but they can find a way to make it work.
It's an alternate timeline.
Yo,
Anything can
A
happen.
romantic comedy featuring Cap and
I'm not trying to see that.
Agent Carter.
It's a TV show, really, yo. Like, it's for off
I'm
hours.
joking.
No, it's better if you just leave it up to the imagination.
That's
just,
true.
Just
That's
leave
true.
it.
A lot of it
I
is
don't
better
really
left
want to
up.
know.
But I saw this one tweet where some guy said he was like he was listing a bunch of endgame points, and this wasn't a point that he made, but like somewhere in his tweet he went, and Cap danced with Peggy till he got old. I think he thought Cap literally just danced till he grew old because they had that one dance that they never got. I was laughing so hard at the tweet. Okay, but
Oh man, that was beautiful though. That was a very beautiful ending.
like that. Oh yeah, it ends right on that shot too, where they
Yeah.
kiss. Yeah, it ends
That-
right there.
That's why I think they closed Captain America's arc really well.
Mhm.
A lot of people saying they ruined it, which is
What?
That's so
Not they
bad.
ruined it.
They did not ruin it.
I don't know.
Oh, he's so selfish.
Yeah.
like I just don't think
So-
that they have anybody that could replace Captain
Dude was gonna
America.
sacrifice his life.
Yeah,
in
you
the
gotta.
first
You
Avengers.
see him walk up to Thanos and this whole army by himself. He was
Yeah.
ready to die. He was ready to die.
Not just that, in the first Avenger too, when he
He
crashed
did
the
die.
plane.
Also, a lot of people, there's so many misconceptions. Like the people saying, "How did Cap grow old?" He does grow old.
Yeah.
He doesn't not age. It's
They're
just
not
because he was
immortal.
frozen for so long.
He grows slower though.
Does he?
Yeah, I've seen
Like a
I've
little
seen
slower?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
but, like,
yeah,
he does
because
grow
it still
old.
doesn't make sense for
Yeah.
him if you went back.
Yeah, because he's over 100 years
What
old.
do you mean?
Mhm.
In 2023, he's 100
Yeah.
over 100. Because
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense that he's still like he did age slower there.
he went
Yeah,
back
you're
to
right,
the
you're right.
50s at least.
'Cause
Because
he-
if you see the car like going by when he had the dance,
Yeah.
it was like a 40s,
I'm pretty
50s.
sure he went
car.
back to the 40s. Like
Yeah,
he went to,
40s,
like,
50s.
Yeah, but like
So-
he does age. People just think he doesn't because he looks young, but they forget that he was frozen for 60 years and didn't age within those 60 years.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
How is he like? Is he like 25 when he came out of this? Like, I'm just guessing right now.
When he came,
He was young though because he was drafted. Right.
like taking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was probably like mid-20s.
So
He could be even younger because
That would be like-
sending people when they were 18.
so he'd be around 100. Yeah, like
Because he came out
100.
70.
He was,
Yeah,
born, he was born in like 19.
because he
like
says in
18 or
Winter
something.
Soldier, I'm 95. So
Oh,
he says I'm
so then you
95.
can
I'm not
find
there.
out his age.
so
Whenever
If
he's,
someone wants to do that math.
He was born in 1918 or
He's-
something. Is when
he's
Yeah,
103.
oh yeah, 19.
He's 103 years old
1918.
since when.
So, but yeah, but
2014.
when he went in the ice, how old was he then?
He was like 25. Obviously, he looked big because he got buffed up with steroids.
Yeah, it's there.
But he was like 25. I'd assume. Okay, what was our favorite parts of the movie? Can we all agree on the Cap scene?
yeah,
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
definitely for me.
We were.
I like the story with Tony and his daughter though.
I did. That's
That
my
was-
favorite scene in the movie.
Because that had some substance, you know. There was some actual development.
Yeah, that's my favorite. The scene when they're talking about like she's on the stairs and then they're
Yeah,
talking
and he's
about
just
the
like
juice
with
box.
his daughter
Yeah,
there, you know.
I really liked those scenes
Yeah.
actually.
I'm happy they didn't include the older Morgan.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard
She was
that.
supposed to be played by Hannah from 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I hope that's fake rumor, bro.
No, it's real. It's a real.
It's
thing.
real?
She shot
Yeah,
her
it's
stuff
real.
and everything.
It's
She just got
confirmed.
cut from the movie.
Oh my god, she shot it?
It was supposed to be like when the
Yeah.
snap happened, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just like
this was
Gamora's
Vision.
scene.
Yeah, I can't look at that.
That's
I
whack.
can't look at Hannah again after like,
Yeah,
the
no,
series.
some characters you gotta
it's
just
just-
leave alone.
Mhm. Yeah,
Especially for someone like that.
that's good that they didn't. I think
Like, imagine in the moment, like, not knowing. Like, Tony just snapped his fingers, he's about to die, he has a vision of his daughter, and all you can think of is, yo, that's the girl from 13 Reasons
Yeah.
Why. Like,
Yeah.
that wouldn't have worked.
That would have. Something like that rather than an unknown actor.
Exactly,
doing
yeah.
something
Bring in
like-
someone
yeah,
unknown.
yeah.
Not someone you can recognize.
Yeah, like with
Yeah.
what's his name, Ant-Man's daughter.
Yeah, like, I know who that was. I thought it was their actor. I'm so dumb for that, I realized, because Ant-Man almost
Wait.
came out, like, last year.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was her, because she looks kind of like her. But she
Maybe they
doesn't.
got like her sister or something.
Maybe. I googled it, it's not her sister.
Oh.
It's just a random actress.
The kids to Hawkeye's kids, they're good actors too.
Yeah, the daughter was
The daughter.
Joe Russo's daughter.
Yeah, I heard about something like that. That's
That's
pretty cool.
And then Joe Russo has like 2 daughters, right? Yeah,
Something
he
like
has 2, yeah.
But yeah, that was cool that they included that.
It was cool that Cap has like that. What do you call it? Like he was sitting down with people that are grieving after
Oh, the
5
group?
years.
Yeah, I
I
think
felt like he was Sam.
that was a nod to Sam, I
Yeah.
think, because Sam had a group like that in Winter Soldier where he talked to
Oh, yeah,
the war
yeah, yeah.
veterans. So I think that was kind of a, Sam's gone, let me do this
Yeah.
now. And then there's this one theory I saw, which is I don't think it's true. It's like someone said Steve could have lifted Thor's hammer in Avengers Age of Ultron, and he
Nah.
just did it to save Thor's ego.
Dude,
Did
that'd
you see
be
that?
so dumb.
I don't know. In that one, it looked like he was straining himself.
Yeah, he was trying.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like, what did you do? in that
I
period
also
of
saw
time
another thing
that
that the
made
thing
you
he
worry?
did to make himself worthy was he was holding the secret of Tony's parents being killed by
Yeah.
Bucky.
People say Civil War.
Yeah.
After Civil War, he
Is
became
when he
worthy.
became worthy, because like he let that go. He told Tony, and that's like a big secret.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
like
true.
Yeah, it's kind of.
it's like the
Kinda-
one
that's
bad
kinda
thing
big.
that he did.
That's interesting,
Which
because I
makes
hadn't
sense.
noticed that actually.
Yeah.
Because like obviously, yeah, he became worthy somewhere along the way. So maybe it was just in the 5 years where he I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like, what did like 10 years pass from
From Age of
Civil War
Ultron,
to Age of Ultron to
Age of Ultron was
Dude.
what year is that? Like
2015?
15.
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So it's after
So,
Guardians 1?
Wait, Civil War?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Civil
No,
War
Age
came
of
out-
Ultron.
no, Age of
Oh yeah,
Ultron.
15
Age
years.
of Ultron
Yeah.
came out after
Yeah.
Guardians
Oh,
1.
so that was
I
like-
didn't know that.
8 years from like when
Too much
when
money.
that happened.
2014.
2023.
2023.
Yeah, okay.
Or
Dang.
2015, yeah.
So you can definitely get worthy in 8 years. Definitely.
Yeah, especially probably the 5 years where he grieved was also part of the worthiness.
Wait, what?
Like having to grieve for the people he's lost.
How does that make you worthy though?
Or maybe whatever he did, like trying to help people move forward.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
probably helped as well. And then again, he's Captain America. He dedicated his life.
But I think he also was worthy from the start, really. Like,
I mean, then he would have picked it up though.
no, but I'm saying like, or at least had the potential to be worthy from.
Yeah,
the
because he
beginning.
shook it, right?
Yeah,
in my opinion, it feels like
a little bit.
in my opinion, Captain America is more worthy than Thor.
I don't know about that.
Why
I
is
don't know
Thor
about that,
so
'cause
worthy?
Thor has like 1,000 years on Cap. You know, like
Mhm.
he's done a lot of stuff. And Thor's sole purpose is like to be a hero. Well, not anymore, but it
What
was.
do you mean not anymore?
Like
He's
now
part of
he's
the
just gonna
Guardians
do
now.
whatever he wants. You know, he's like
Okay, but like
Besides
what I've seen, from what I've seen, I'll say that Captain America in the movies is more worthy than Thor.
I don't know.
I don't know, because remember in the first Thor movie, he became not worthy.
I remember.
And he
Yeah.
had
That's
to
true.
go through all that and become worthy.
That's true.
So
It
I
didn't feel like he did so much to become worthy. The
Thor.
first movie, yeah.
I mean, he did just like straight up die for those people.
Yeah.
Like he just died,
Yeah.
and then he came back to life. He got resurrected. Which he probably knew that was gonna happen though. So was he really worthy? He knew if he died that he was gonna come back. Okay, so we're playing the movie right now. We had to try not to get too distracted. The opening scene was, I think the opening scene was perfect.
They
Like,
should
the
have
way they opened
improved
the
the.
film.
They
was
should have improved
perfect.
that suit CGI. I don't know why they had CGI faces for their time travel.
Oh
suits.
yeah, there is that one scene with Ant-Man where the CGI looks really bad. We noticed, but we're also watching a bootleg version. On the,
I think I noticed it in the theater.
Yeah.
too.
because it's true, you can just build a helmet like that.
Yeah, I
do
don't
you
know
need
why
to
they
that?
CGI that.
Oh yeah.
It's like the scene when he's talking, like
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, when you put it on. Like,
no,
when they come on,
it's just there though.
Oh.
And that whole scene is just there.
Yeah.
okay,
And
yeah,
it
I
looked
don't know what
really
that's
fake. Like the tracking with his face was really.
I think that you were saying this too, that the Hawkeye's like whole arc of him going to Japan was
Like, felt like another movie?
Yeah, it felt like the Wolverine. Like
yeah, I did say it felt like another movie,
Yeah.
but that's not a bad thing though. Like you know,
yeah.
it
It-
felt like
but it
when you
felt
watch
like-
Stranger
it
Things
felt-
and there was that 111 episode.
It felt
That
like
felt out of place, though.
It felt like-
felt like that.
out of place.
Bro, it felt like such a small scale, you know, like on the wider aspect of what Avengers is. He just
That's true. That
killing
scene was
people.
nice though. That scene was cool. Like with the
It
one
was
shot
good,
that they
actually.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That scene, and like we needed some. Not me personally, but a lot of people I've talked to about the movie. They're like less passionate Marvel fans. There are two complaints about the movie were like what they did to Thor, and that there was no action until the end. Okay, so what were we talking about?
How the fans like the.
Oh yeah, who the movie was made for.
Okay,
Yeah.
like the references.
Shout out to that Funko Pop Cap holding Thor's hammer. Limited
You can see
edition.
it. I don't even think you can see it.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
That one.
See it in the main.
Yeah, we'll zoom in on it. It's okay.
And Vision. Rip Vision.
And even my sister, when like Cap caught the hammer, I was not cheering because it was the second time. Like I was obviously smiling. I looked at my mom; she was like cheering. And then I looked at my sister; she was just like, "Nah, that's sus." And I was like, "What,
What?
are you talking about?" Because she obviously doesn't remember. You know,
Yeah,
she thinks it's just coming out of nowhere to someone like her. She just thinks Thor's picking up Cap's picking up Thor's hammer, which I can see how it would be a little like,
Yeah.
what in the world to someone who's not a dedicated Marvel fan.
But dude, my man's vision really died. I just realized that.
Yeah, he's dead.
I was
He's
thinking
dead.
about that too.
I kind of feel bad. He didn't get that much character development.
I know, they didn't do anything with it.
But he'll have his show though.
But still, there's not much you can fit into, like,
Yeah,
Like a
WandaVision.
mini series.
yeah.
That title is also terrible.
It is.
What's the title?
WandaVision.
Is it supposed to be a play on
Like,
words?
they didn't
or
even,
what?
Like,
I wonder.
is that
I
supposed to
don't
be a...
think so. I think it's just
Like, I thought it was a joke at
fluid
first, actually.
word.
Like,
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Like, I honestly thought they were joking.
Okay, is the Loki is it a Loki movie or a Loki
TV
show?
series.
Are you sure? A lot of people are telling me it's a movie.
Nah, it's a show.
Show.
Okay. And is it like
It's
gonna
on
be?
Disney.
You know when he grabs the Tesseract?
Yeah,
it's gonna be after that.
Parallel.
That's sick.
alternate reality.
That's sick.
Why didn't they just call it, like, Vision and Scarlet Witch? Or
I don't
Scarlet Witch
know,
and Vision?
bro. I don't know.
Like, why don't they use the actual name of the super...
Because they already did, like, the Falcon and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
Wait, no, wasn't it just Falcon and Bucky?
No, it's Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's lame. Falcon and Bucky sound like.
But no, but still, just call them by their superhero name.
But the Winter Soldier is too like, yo, he's a bad guy. He's Bucky now.
Yeah.
Nah, Winter Soldier is such a sick name, though.
That's true, but he's past that, yo.
That was the evil times, bro.
He's a White Wolf now.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Winter,
right?
I guess marketing, man, it has to sound cool.
That's true. But one division.
Bro, what is Captain Marvel's speed, bro? She's traveling through the space like.
Oh yeah, when she rescued Tony.
But like that was expected though.
Yeah.
Her rescuing Tony was expected.
I'm curious.
Because I seen some people complain about that, like, oh, Deus Ex Machina.
Wait, hold on. How does like
So
does
in
Captain Marvel like teleport?
In Captain Marvel, she gets called by the Avengers.
Or wait, does she just straight up fly through
She
space?
first,
Yeah.
apparently, you said this, right? She first came to Earth,
Yeah.
then went to get Tony, right?
Wait,
I'm pretty sure she just flew through space.
Wait, how fast does she travel?
It has to
No,
be.
think about it. It took her a long time because she went back like a day after Infinity War, and it took her 22 days to go get Tony. So she flew through space.
If you think logically, like,
Still doesn't make sense.
now that you're an
days is too
astro,
slow.
Doesn't make sense.
since you're an astrophysics major, you should know that, like,
No, it doesn't.
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
at all.
How
exactly.
does it not make sense?
I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Because in order for that to happen, she would have to be traveling at fractions of the speed of light, at least.
How do you know how fast
At
she is, though?
least. Because it's
And-
light years away.
Okay, but remember,
But you know what
there's
doesn't
jump
make sense?
points in the
So
galaxy.
you know how Nick Fury had that receiver to call her? If she is even a few light years away, it takes years to get that message.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of responder that was.
Okay, first of all, that's one reason.
Also, no, that's not true. At the end of Captain Marvel, they specifically tied up that plot hole. She said, I adjusted this for you.
Oh,
she
yeah,
used her
right.
technology to adjust the pager.
I'm just nitpicking. This is not.
And I don't think it.
I'm not finished yet.
But you're forgetting that there's jump points in
Okay,
space.
but does Captain Marvel use jump points, or does she just straight up fly through?
Why would she not use a jump point if it would take
I
her
don't know.
like that?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
in Avengers Infinity
There's
War, they go through a jump
It's
point.
impossible for her to fly back. Like,
No, she goes through on her own. She's
Oh.
not flying with. She's flying outside of the ship, is she not?
yeah.
she's
They
flying
got
outside the
completely
ship.
got rid of her thing where she can just breathe in space and like she
That
doesn't
was a
need her
little
helmet.
lag. She doesn't need her helmet.
Yeah, because
Maybe she just never did that.
Because if she's just traveling at the speed of, or at fractions of the speed of light, then she will experience time slower
yeah.
than ever. So then she'll come back and everyone else will be old.
Yeah,
So that would
That's
work.
an interstellar.
that's just like
Okay.
laws of like
It's just the laws of nature, you know. So,
So like you
And-
have to use teleportation
Okay, but
basically.
we also don't know how far Tony was from her.
Titan, right?
We don't know where Titan is technically.
yeah, we do.
Where is
It's
it?
a moon on Saturn.
No, it's not.
That's not the
That's
Titan they're
our
talking
Titan.
about.
That's not
Yeah.
the real
So then
Titan.
But the
really-
real Titan is on Saturn.
You really thought that that's
You
what they were
really
talking
thought-
about?
what else-
You're insane.
What else?
Thanos' planet? I mean,
Bro, you
Thanos
thought that they were
is
just like Titans are just living on Saturn
Yeah.
for this whole time?
and
No,
they never come to
in the
Earth.
Marvel in the MCU.
Yeah, I know. They just
Why
Thanos
would they
never
come
just
to Earth?
popped over to Earth to get the stones. No, Titan's not.
Bro.
Someone
What
fact
do
check
you
that.
call
Someone
it?
fact
No,
check
yeah,
that.
no. Titan is like a.
It's like
distant
way
planet.
away.
Like
I feel played now.
I can't believe you
It's
thought
another like
that.
solar system and like
Yeah, it's
another
not
galaxy,
close,
like,
bro.
it's-
Titan is a very common.
Okay, bro, I go to like astronomy class and I hear like Titan, the moon on Saturn. I'm like, oh, that's what like Thanos is.
But
Why?
you really thought that though.
Why? I mean, it's kind of far though.
He's a goof.
It's kind of far though.
Yeah, that's far, but not for Thanos.
Okay, true.
Like, why would he send all these armies if he's like 3
Yeah.
planets away?
He's lazy.
He just comes.
But if he's lazy,
He is pretty
He's
lazy,
like,
though.
fine,
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
Wait, he was sending all these people to go before him, so why not if he was just posted up on Titan? No, but wait, didn't he just train on Titan and then he fucked out to somewhere else? I mean, he went to somewhere else?
No, he was banished. He was exiled.
Yeah, so he could be literally anywhere in the galaxy. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
but
to.
I still don't think
But
Titan
did he
was.
grow up on?
But you gotta think about like
I think we should look that up though, because I feel like Loki, he might be right.
Mm-hmm.
Like
No way, bro.
maybe.
Look it up though.
okay, so if he got exiled to another planet,
I
that
said
means
that.
that the Titan, the Thanos' like species would have means to go to different planets, and they would not explore their own solar system where Earth has.
That's
other life.
true. That's fact.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could
That's
still
a
know
logic.
about Earth though.
But they definitely fly over like
Yeah.
once or twice.
Maybe
don't
they
think so?
just did, but just in secret though.
That's true.
oh, okay, so it's based on Saturn's moon.
But it's
What
not
I say,
Saturn.
what
It
I
doesn't
say
say that it is Saturn.
Does based on technically mean it's
Based?
that
It could just be
location?
based on the name.
No,
Not
but
based
that
on
could also mean the location.
Well, yeah, because there's some like speculation that there is a little bit of life on Titan.
Okay, does it look
So-
like it? Like does
What?
Titan in the Avengers Infinity War?
I
is
do
that
not
what-
remember that.
Yeah.
I
It was
don't know.
orange. What do you remember? Like, does it look like? What does the moon look like? What does Saturn's moon look like?
I only saw like shadow pictures.
Is it orange?
I don't remember.
And if it's too shadowy,
I've seen too many moons
it's already
of different of like Jupiter and Saturn.
Okay.
I don't know. If you look it up, then you'll see. But I was reading the Infinity Gauntlet graphic novel, and I swear it was the Saturn moon.
Really?
I don't remember. I have to look at it.
How far is Saturn from Earth?
Like
planet-wise, how many planets is it away?
It's beyond Jupiter.
Three.
Four?
Mars, Jupiter, Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's right.
It is?
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
one of the satellites of Saturn.
Okay, that's so whack.
That's weird.
That is so whack.
close.
That's
Yeah.
so close to Earth.
Yeah, like weirdly like close. That's
I don't
still.
buy that. I'm just gonna forget that I heard.
Dude, Thanos
They could
looked
have actually shot a laser beam at
Yeah,
it.
literally.
farmer
Like, you know
Thanos.
when Tony put the nuke through the portal, he literally just could have angled it towards Saturn. Like, that's
Yeah.
how close they were.
Farmer Thanos looks so weird.
Because he's burned.
It was based on the comics, though.
Farmer Thanos?
No, I mean like his
His bird?
CGI is looks.
Well, no, nothing. But him.
Yeah,
but
Farmer
him with
Thanos
this
was,
Daredevil
yeah.
with him.
But he looked crusty.
Yeah.
He looked like, you know when you
Dude,
leave your
his head
marshmallow
got cut
too
off?
long above the fire? That's what he looks like. Thor's kind of mean, bro. He cut off Nebula's dad's head right in front of her.
Bro, he went for the head though.
That was
Come on.
so
Bro, you can't
disrespectful.
even hate,
That
though.
was
You
so
can't even hate.
disrespectful.
All right, what's the next like? Because I feel like we're talking about like.
But you gotta
what's
think
the
about it.
next-
Thor's whole race basically got 75% of his speed.
That's
Like we're veering
Like, you
off
don't think
into
he's gonna
a lot of
Get revenge.
sidebar conversation.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The next topic is just plot holes. Like, what did we think? What were the plot holes in the movie?
I think a lot of the plot holes that people think there aren't plot holes. Like,
They're just like unanswered things.
Yeah.
Which, if you ask the director, they probably have an answer.
they answered everything
But they don't want to.
in
tell you the answer.
their new interviews.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
but
but
apparently
you know
the writers and directors.
Yeah, they have different opinions.
Isn't that a lot of the time, though?
But that is definitely a
The
little
writers say that Captain
It's like-
America lived in the same time.
When you're making something with someone, you're supposed to be normally on the same page. Like you're
Yeah.
not supposed to have differing opinions on something that's supposed to be factual.
That's true. But if it's like if it's a question that is only coming up once you've seen the film, and then you're like, oh, I guess that's true. What do we think about that?
But
Like,
it's like
you know?
a lot of the questions are things that they definitely should have had figured out
questioned.
when they were writing it and making the film. You know what I mean?
so do we think?
Like there's a lot of things that it's almost like they don't know the answer to, and that's why they have
Yeah, that's true
different answers.
too. So do we think Cap lived in this time?
I would prefer if he lived in this.
Me too,
timeline.
because then he didn't kiss his knees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very strange.
yeah.
No, I prefer if he was in this timeline.
Why?
It just feels like Peggy got snaked then in this timeline.
That's true. That's
what
true.
I'm thinking, bro.
But that's what happened. That's
And
not
technically, that's his Peggy. This one,
Yeah.
not the other one.
Yeah.
That's not his Peggy. This is his Peggy.
That's
Yeah,
what
So
I'm
why would he
saying,
go
bro.
live with another one?
But it makes no difference.
Technically,
Because they all
splits.
experience the same thing.
It only splits at
The
that.
movie's too much of a headache.
Yeah, there's too much going on. Like it's hard
Okay,
to-
but also, the one thing I find whack about the alternate timeline thing is that he jumped back to this timeline at that point. That's a little iffy.
No, he didn't
How do you
jump
do
back.
that?
No, like from an alternate
Yeah, how do you do
branch
that?
reality,
Yeah.
he came
Oh,
back to his
that's
original
bad.
one. That's kind of
How does that happen?
that's kind of weird.
That doesn't.
That's what the Russo brothers said happened. They said he jumped back to this reality, which like how do you do
makes
that?
sense.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
And he didn't even like show up in there.
Yeah, see, that's a little weird. I like the idea of him living in that one, and then he just like he literally
he
lived his
comes-
life and just went.
Yeah,
there.
and
He's
then
all
just
like,
like-
hey guys,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, but then that doesn't make sense with the creating a new timeline. Once you go back in time, and try to change something.
No,
Because
but
that
you
has
can
to
you
become
can
your
say
future.
you can say that
That's true too.
maybe he was you know how Peggy said she had a husband.
Yeah.
You could just say that Captain America
Okay.
was
But then that's not following
No.
their logic, though.
well.
That he's right because like that would be saying that he had been living this whole time.
What's wrong with that?
Because when you go back and you change something, it creates a branched reality. It doesn't affect the future.
Yeah, that's
Like that.
that's
No, but
that's
no,
the
but
big
what
thing.
if what if
Yeah, but
it's
that
not changing the past since Captain
But
America?
that loop had to start somewhere. It had to start somewhere. And that starting point would have created a branch reality.
Okay.
You know?
Mhm.
Like they didn't split into two caps at one point and live, then go back. Like one cap had to start the loop, which would have made a new reality technically.
Yeah,
So
they
the
got-
writers are kind of wrong.
They got really ambitious with that.
Yeah.
To the point
Yeah,
where
that was just like, all right, that's getting to the point where it just doesn't make sense.
The making
Well,
their own
also-
time travel thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's also why like you're not.
It wasn't their own.
I don't
It
think
was
you go to
Dragon
movies
Ball
like
Z.
that.
It's
to think-
Dragon Ball. I don't watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's not even like a thinking thing. It's just it happens, and I'm like,
What?
what? You know, like when there's just plot.
That's
like
you
that.
though.
You know, like I'm not trying to think.
You're just going there for
no one else was.
You're going there to enjoy the spectacle.
I also think that they kind of didn't care. Like they obviously knew some. They were like, "We're closing cap story. It's supposed to be like a beautiful moment. You're not supposed to be thinking, wait a minute, how did he do it? Like, you know,
if they leave it open, it's just gonna mess up so much other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like when it happened, I was like, all right, cool, but like it doesn't make sense though.
That's true.
You know, like, you know, it was just.
I guess he met Mysterio and somehow.
Another thing we were talking about yesterday when we were watching it was like, even though they made a branched reality where Thanos never happened by killing Thanos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that branched reality, like that's super reckless because something worse could happen.
Yeah.
That's like Flashpoint. You stop something bad, but like something way worse happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we were also saying like, if Thanos destroyed the stones, then isn't like all of like the universe screwed because it's supposed to protect?
The time stone they needed, right?
They needed to protect from the dark forces.
But maybe that's the direction they're gonna go. Maybe like things are gonna get worse.
And I'm pretty sure
but then
each
they
stone represents a certain aspect of like
living. Yeah.
So if he literally destroys the stones, then
So technically Thanos kind of messed up his own plan. He tried to balance the universe, but by destroying the stones,
He unbalanced it.
threw the universe into like
because if he had kept the stones and then when the Avengers came to confront him, he could just destroy them all.
Yeah.
He totally could have.
And then it just would have been like, all right, I'm gonna just be Shrek from now on, and then it would have been all good. Like he kind of just cut.
He could have stayed with the stones forever, like watch.
But I guess he was right though. It would have like tempted him to bring his daughter back, and then he'd feel like, oh, I'm bringing my daughter back. Why am I not bringing everyone else? You know, like maybe he just wanted to be done with it.
Yeah, but then he could have like given someone else, like Adam Warlock.
Oh, that was a big flop. We were talking about that, right? How they teased Adam Warlock in Guardians.
Yeah, but I watched that. I went back and watched that. It seemed like they were teasing him to be a villain for Guardians 3.
It does it?
Yeah, because
you're right.
Because Woman's all like, here's someone who can defeat the Guardians.
That's true.
So they didn't tease him in an Infinity War way.
And they couldn't bring him in last minute. That would have just been too packed.
Yeah.
Like way too packed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I wish he was there, and I wish Silver Surfer was in it, and like Galactus and all that, because it would have been way.
Where's Galactus gonna fit in Endgame?
Dude, that'd be too crazy.
I know, but if they had more introduction, like if they had more like a Fantastic Four movie before that,
okay,
maybe.
then they would have.
But they can't run out of like big villains either. You know, I think they gotta wait a little bit.
You think?
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to kill Galactus. He was fighting Thanos in the comics, kind of thing. So. And they nerfed that gauntlet.
But
they did.
The gauntlet.
That's true. They did, but they had to.
Dude, what I'm surprised is like, why is Earth's the only heroes fighting to save half the world, half the universe?
That's why Galactus and Silver Surfer were brought.
It's just
and Adam Warlock.
Yeah. It's also like,
and all the stones happen to be on Earth.
That's true.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean,
not really though. I mean, not all of them, because they got some from Thor and space.
Yeah, one thing we're talking about is like getting the Tesseract would have been way easier if they just jumped to one of the years it was literally sitting in the Asgard vault. And just snatched it. And
but still half what controls.
I don't know why they didn't think through like.
Okay,
they could have found points in time to find like super nice spots where nobody would like.
Yeah, they did pick some terrible spots. They picked spots that were good.
But they picked spots that they had to know.
But because otherwise it doesn't make for an entertaining movie though. Yeah. Like, you have to.
No, I don't agree with that though, because like you know how in the whole Avengers battle, Loki Scepter's just sitting on the roof.
When?
Remember when she's talking not Scarlett Johansson. Black Widow's talking to Dr. Selvig. He's like, oh yeah, the Loki Scepter can close the portal, and I'm looking right at it, and it's literally sitting on Avengers Tower, just like right there.
Okay.
I think they could have used that moment because it was not being like it was unattended, and then they could have had like an interaction with Hawkeye and Black Widow or something.
That's true.
Like
I feel like
they picked too crammed of a
But then
time.
you wouldn't have had half versus half though.
No, it still would have happened because it was still in that moment.
But he wouldn't have fought him. Oh yeah, you could have had.
Like it could have kept going.
I guess. But still.
Like they chose both times when both items were in possession.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When they were left alone, just like 5 minutes earlier.
Mm-hmm. But still, I mean, I think the way that they did it was good because you kind of got to like stroll down memory lane almost.
And also, it was more challenging to get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
because if you just showed up and were like, all right, we got him.
That's
Like
why are we watching this?
And then it would have just been one big fight scene, and then it would have been trash. So
you need to see their plan not working out, like. constantly. You know what I mean?
Their plan was gonna work blessed if it wasn't for Nebula though. Like they wouldn't. They didn't even have to break a sweat. Like no fighting involved whatsoever.
But then just like, I think it worked. Like Ant-Man jinxed them.
Do you guys
I love how Ant-Man thought it worked because he saw birds, yo.
Yeah.
He saw 2 birds.
But then also like Hawkeye's wife called him.
But he didn't see that. All he saw was the
that's
birds
true.
out the window.
But
He was
still,
like,
Hawkeye
"Guys, I think
didn't cancel that phone plan though.
that was that's such a funny point. He was grieving the death of his wife, but he didn't want to cancel the phone plan because he thought she was gonna come
But
back.
that's wasting money though. You could be wasting
Covered by
$100 on
Russians, bro.
4G LTE network.
That's true.
It doesn't make
That's
any
true.
sense.
That's true.
Did you guys? I didn't like Captain Marvel's new haircut.
That looked.
I don't know why they.
I mean, it was
changed
comic accurate though.
I mean, in my opinion,
Yeah, she has that haircut in the comics.
yeah. This is one of those. I mean, they changed up so much stuff for movies. I mean, please change that.
Oh my god, this guy
Come
is
on,
such a
come
hater.
on. Like that just did not look
She
good.
gets too much
I
hate.
thought it was fine, man.
She does get too much hate. On my new video, have you seen all the comments?
Yeah.
All the comments are like, "I'm happy you killed Captain Marvel," or
You
"Why
gotta
did
do
you
it
kill
for the
Captain
fans though.
No, I'm about to make a new video, Captain Marvel vs. Thanos, just to redeem myself. Because everyone thinks I hate her now, which I don't. Okay, so you know the 5 years where, what was Black Widow doing? Like, what was that?
Like just
I don't
trying to-
understand what
Just
that
trying to like
was.
keep things together.
She was basically being like
Not giving up.
Avengers, literally.
Yeah.
Just what everyone else just gave up?
Yeah.
So why is she
no, but you sound like
Because that's her only. Wait,
That's true. No, I was kidding about that. I was kidding about that. So she.
It's her only family. Where else is she gonna go, right?
It's kind of
I think it was just Iron Man that was doing nothing. Or not nothing, but he was like
He was
doing
solving time travel.
He was just tinkering.
He wasn't solving time
He was
travel.
solving time.
No, they said 5 years later.
But
And
why would he not be solving time travel?
Nah, I don't
Why
think.
would he not be solving?
Like the
I
first
think
thing.
it's just because he has AI. AI could probably solve problems very quickly, right?
Yeah, but then he goes, but in the movie they solve calculation. They don't solve. He just says, "Give me this," and then give me
Yes,
this.
she does the rest.
Yeah, she
Right.
does. She just does a computer. So
I don't know too much about that, so I don't know enough to say.
Yeah, and also I feel like if I did know enough, it would ruin my enjoyment of the movie.
that's
So I'm glad I don't.
And did you see the set photos of Kraglin? Wait, is that
Who
his
is
name?
Krag?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Bruh, how do you not know who Kraglin
Who
is?
is-
We're out here talking about real
Guardians.
fans and you don't even know who
Guardians. He
Kraglin
took
is.
over
You know Kraglin is, right?
the. I don't know what his weapon's called. The
Like
whistle.
James Gunn's brother. Oh my god.
I don't remember.
Kraglin.
Oh, wait, James Gunn's brothers, that's the guy that plays the raccoon, right?
No, that's
Bradley Cooper.
No, but I mean in the actual suit, like on set.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember the guy who
He's Yondu's
he
like.
inherited the thing,
yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Guardians.
Okay, yeah.
He inherited the thing. Yondu gave him the thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah, he was on set in the final battle with the Yondu's thing in the air.
He was?
Yeah, the set photos of him there. So
Right.
apparently he was in the battle.
But he wasn't in the movie, though.
He wasn't in the movie. He's probably in the background in the one
Yeah,
shot.
like one of the shots when he had
But it
the
doesn't
big
even, it literally doesn't matter anymore since you guys don't know who he is. So
Yeah, okay, well, no, I mean, now I know.
Well, yeah.
you remember though?
Yeah, I remember now.
Okay. He's kind of an important character.
In
The
Guardians.
rat should be
Rat really saved
honorary member of the Avengers right now. Bro. That's the real MVP right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just like during the movie when we saw the rat meme, we just
Yeah,
looked
because
at each
we
other
saw
like,
the spoiler. That was like the only spoiler I saw before the movie. Like the rat is the goal of Endgame. And then who had the Cap had the most screen time, right?
Yeah,
1 hour, 6 minutes.
Oh, 6 minutes.
Six.
Damn.
Tony had an
20
hour and
seconds.
4 minutes. And then Black Widow did not get that much screen time actually. She dies.
She
No, she
died,
dies.
like, halfway
She does
through.
die. No, not halfway. She dies like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah, she had 2 hours in.
Because the movie's long. It feels like
Yes.
halfway, but she died like 2 hours in.
That's true.
Nebula and Rocket, when they're talking about the Soul Stone, are just like looking at each other like.
That was a little
So
loud.
Scarlett Johansson did a really good job in this one. Like
She did.
we saw a lot more from her than we have in like previous films. I would say.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully she brings that in her solo movie.
I'm very excited about this.
I really want to see Budapest, yo. Like, I'm tired of them just saying that word and us not knowing what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see.
Yeah, yeah. What's the Hawkeye? Jeremy Renner has to come back for
Yeah,
Black
I
Widow
think he
movie.
will. I think he will.
You gotta have Black Widow and Hawkeye in Budapest.
I thought you were going to say something way different. But when you said Hawkeye and Black Widow, I thought you were going to say something way different.
No.
What was I going to say? I was just about to say something I forgot. Dang it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, no, like, do you think it was a coincidence that Hawkeye and Black Widow were sent to get the Soul Stone, or do you think Nebula like?
didn't want to deal with
Do you
that.
think Nebula kind of like put like threw in there
Well, yeah, well,
like a little two people that are like have a connection?
because Red Skull says it has to be like the biggest sacrifice for them.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they had to. Yeah, it was done on purpose, by Nebula, probably.
I think they should have shown that though, because that's an important point. Like some people are out here going, "Oh, that's such a big coincidence." Like, what if Nebula and War Machine had gone instead?
Yeah, then it would just be like, well, I don't really care about you.
Exactly, but I think Nebula did say something. She has to have said something. But if she said something, then she didn't say the full thing, and then that's kind of snake. She didn't tell.
Because when they show up there, they look kind of surprised. They're like, oh, one of us got to
surprised. Yeah. What were you saying? They sent the 2 weakest Avengers to go get the stone they didn't know how to get. That was kind of dumb. I rewatching it. That was kind of dumb. Like Vormir, what they call it?
A different planet, like I
The
mean, guys have flying stuff, you know.
What if the stone was guarded by a dragon, and then they had to fight it?
It made more sense for the guys that use guns to like fight the Avengers in like 2012.
Plus, they were there too. Like Hawkeye was there and Black Widow was there, but it wouldn't have been as. Then we would have gone Captain America versus Captain America.
Yeah,
That's true.
Which was a great scene.
America's ass.
That part is so funny. Excuse me?
I said that is America's ass.
Yo, you did not say that. The mic picked it up. We're gonna amplify that.
Okay. Bro, check it out. I said that is America's
We'll edit that. Okay. So they? Oh, see, we can't talk about the future movies now. Didn't they announce a list? They just came out with a list, no?
They came out with
Titles
untitled
or anything.
movies.
Oh.
Why even release
They're doing 2 next year.
Well, they
3
always do that.
the year after.
But did they say like what characters? Like,
2022.
No, it's just a schedule. Like it's
just
a release.
Untitled movie.
So what
Yeah,
does it say?
Untitled Marvel movie.
Oh,
Untitled
really?
Marvel movie, yeah.
I saw one that was
It's-
movies.
So you know the date. But it's not just Marvel. It's like all the Disney movies up until 2027.
Disney?
They postponed
Until
Avatar
22.
2.
Okay, well, I saw something fake probably then. Because it said movie name.
It shows
said Doctor
like
Strange.
it shows.
they didn't say
No,
that.
that's fake.
Okay.
It shows all of Disney's movies from like next year going into 2027.
I think they postponed Avatar like 4 times.
No one.
Yeah.
That movie is just taking too long.
Who's going to watch
maybe
it? I'm not excited anymore.
I've given up, man. Like I was never that excited in the first place.
I think I
Now it's just
watched Avatar for the first time this year
I watched it in theaters.
or last year.
I watched it in like grade 6.
Like it was a great film.
You didn't like it? Wait, you didn't like Avatar? Did you like Avatar?
Yeah,
I think it's fire. What do you?
it's
I don't know,
good.
like-
I really like it.
I liked it too.
That was just why.
I was actually-
When did you watch it? When did you last watch it? You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it
like
again.
8 years ago.
You gotta watch it again. I
was so
think you'll
long.
like it though.
I just haven't.
I mean, one thing I was thinking was like, why are they having sex with their ponytails though?
Okay, but
that was
that's
kinda
all.
stupid.
Yo,
What? That's just
That's kind of stupid though.
how's that stupid? Imagine an alien coming to Earth, seeing how we do it here. They'd be like,
They'd be
"What
like,
in the
this is so
world? Like,
primitive,
what are
like,
you doing?"
so
If
primitive
that's what
and
they did with
aggressive.
like their hair and it's so like nice and simple, then they
Yeah,
come
that's
here,
true.
they just see that.
I mean, yeah, like actually in this, I was watching Star Trek the other day, and Kirk kicks some dude in the knees, and the guy like drops down like so painful.
Wait, with like the old ones or?
Yeah, it was an old one.
Okay.
And then he was like, "Why do you react like that?" And then the one woman was like, "Not everyone has their genitals in the same place."
Oh, that's funny. See, that's funny, bro. That's funny. Yo, I gotta get on the old Star Trek movies actually.
It's actually pretty, and the effects are kind of fire too. I remember when I was watching.
They're good films. Yeah,
It was
they're quite solid actually. And the reboots just.
Yeah, the reboots seem
everything-
kind of like. I
No,
don't
the
know.
reboots just took everything that worked.
Did
about
you
the
watch
original,
them?
kicked it up.
Yeah, I watched all the reboots, and then I went back and I watched like one old Star Trek, and
That's
I like
the
the.
Raimi effect, bro.
And I know, I like the old. I never saw any old Star Trek movies before.
Oh, never.
Like I just saw the first one like on the weekend.
I love the new one. Chris Pine is
So fun.
good.
I've seen both, like almost all of both.
Yeah, but they always
And
like
honestly,
run.
they're
Wait, you
all
watch Star
fun.
Trek Discovery?
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
like
you do?
dude. I've seen like I had old VHS.
No, like the
clips,
new show.
Okay, that's the one thing I haven't seen.
Apparently,
I
like,
saw the
you know
first
how
few
everyone was
episodes.
making fun of it? Like, see, apparently it's so good.
I've seen like one
Apparently it's
episode.
really good.
I watched the first few episodes, like the first 6 or so. It was okay, but there was nothing special there. It was just kind of like, average.
That's true.
I haven't seen one.
But maybe it picks
I
up.
haven't really
Maybe.
taken the time to watch that.
But still, like in
Maybe
the
I'll
new Star Trek movies, why do they keep having Spock show emotion? Like they keep running that twist into the
no, that's the
ground.
thing. He's trying to control it. Like,
Yeah.
But that's not
he
how
shows
Spock
no.
is.
No, but you gotta change.
Like, Nick watches 3 old Star Trek movies. I
That's
think
not
he
how
knows
Spock
everything.
is.
Yeah, but you gotta change.
He's
like,
logical though.
That's the point, though.
He's calm.
The movie shows Spock going from the logical
Yeah.
persona that we know him
That's
as,
development.
and then sort of like showing emotion and trying to fight that.
Yeah, but it's okay.
He doesn't-
Okay, fine.
he
Okay,
doesn't-
fine.
Would you rather have a static character who like never shows emotion, but or like them reach a point in their arc where like now they're battling this thing? Like, what is this emotion?
Okay, no, look. I mean, I'm fine with him showing
He's half
emotion
human.
every now and then.
Is
but
he?
Yeah, he is. He's half human, half Vulcan. How did you not even know that?
I did know that. I just forgot.
But I mean, if he shows emotion, like I remember I think it was in Into Darkness where he just went nuts at the end.
Oh yeah,
Remember that? Like that was cool.
Yeah.
But then they did it again.
Wait, when
I
did they
think
do it
I
again?
thought they did it again.
Like in the
another
fight?
movie. Yeah, in the fight. Like that was.
But do you know the first film when he attacks Kirk in the first reboot?
Okay, but he attacked Kirk calmly. Do you see how calm he was?
No.
Wait, what?
He went rage mode and then he resigned after because of
Which
that.
scene?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Freaks out and whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so it's just like
So you thought that was whack?
yeah, he just keeps doing it.
that was
It's like,
great though
why
because
though?
That
dude,
scene was good.
after
That
he
scene was
freaks
so
out,
good.
he goes like
Then he goes back.
whoa,
Exactly. Yeah.
composes
Like that
himself
time.
again.
Yeah, but
realizes what he just did.
But it just seems like some dude with some like
Yeah.
bipolar issues, you know? Like that's nothing.
No, I think it
not
just makes him a
Vulcan.
more three-dimensional character, in my opinion.
I don't
It
know.
adds like sort of like more. It adds more intrigue to his character, and it kind of makes him. It creates like a departure from the spot that we know, which is like that's what you want when you create a reboot. Because if it's the same thing,
It just
as
makes
the
him seem like a
original-
sociopath in my opinion.
No,
Like
I feel
look,
like
he a psycho. Like he's like raging one minute and then just like
Nah,
calm.
it makes him far more like complex because you get to see his human side and his Vulcan side kind of clashes,
Starbucks.
and that makes it all the more interesting.
Yeah, but what was also, or what I've seen, what was so good about him was that while everyone else is freaking out, he's remaining calm.
Yeah, but that
He's
still
remaining
happens.
logical.
That still happens.
No,
No,
does that a
he's
lot,
freaking
too.
out, beating the shit out of people all the time. What are you talking about?
Not at the important parts where he needs to keep his
Like, so a
composure.
lot of times throughout the movie where he's the
But,
leader, he
but
keeps his
I feel like it should be on very rare occasions. That
It was though. We just saw those rare occasions because we're watching. Like the years of
No, but throughout all these movies, from what I've heard, it's like he keeps calm in all the series.
Let's go back to Endgame.
Yeah, we started talking about Star Trek.
How are we gonna start?
You want to talk about Spider-Man again?
I do not want to go into that big of a.
Okay, well, obviously it's not going to go as big as it did last time.
We don't have to.
It's an uncontrollable monster.
I thought it was going to come up in the Far From Home talk. Like, I thought Nick was going to be like, nah, it looks whack. Me and Dina think
It looks cool.
I think
after this year, me and Dina think, well, I don't know. Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
This is going to be the best Spider-Man 2.
That's just a lie.
How is it not? The movie's not. See, this is why y'all Raimi fans are crazy. The movie's not even out yet. You guys are literally saying that a movie you like is better than one that hasn't dropped.
Because I'm saying that just because of the actors in it. Like that's just
Like who?
like Tom Holland and Zendaya. That's just not it.
What?
That's just not it.
Tom Holland is a good actor.
But he's a good actor.
Dude,
But he's
Zendaya is a
not.
good actress.
Yeah, but she's
Did you
not like
see,
Mary Jane though.
bro? But the original Mary Jane was not my Mary Jane. That was the worst
but it
Mary
was
Jane
like-
of all time,
There was only been one Mary Jane.
and it was the worst.
And well, it's the worst and the best by that logic.
No, it's not because technically,
Is it
Zendaya-
MJ?
Yeah, she is technically.
No, I
Bro.
like the original one better than.
I do not like the original.
Because the Zendaya one, that's not Mary Jane. It's
But it
just
is though.
Zendaya being
She's
depressed.
MJ.
That's not it.
I don't know, but the original one was too much damsel in distress for me. It was like she
But
just
that's
was
like-
always in trouble. Like,
But you gotta have it like that though.
I
Do
actually
you
love
really
Thor.
know?
You don't.
I love Thor in this movie, dude.
I just watching that shit.
Because he's like, he just feels
A
so
lot
like.
of people complain about that. I've seen so many
My
complaints.
boy.
about
Yeah, I've
that.
seen more complaints.
I don't
than
understand
compliments,
that.
honestly.
And then people are getting mad at the Russo brothers on Twitter.
It's because people that complain tend to comment more than people that enjoyed
That's
it.
true. That's true.
People that enjoyed it just like stuff.
Yeah, they just like, oh, I like it, and then just
Yeah.
like do their thing. They do their own thing.
Yeah, but I've seen
honestly,
Not everyone has time to type in a comment.
I've seen so many of those tweets. Like after July 5th, Spider-Man 2 won't even be the best Spider-Man 2. That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Bro, you bring the Raimi beef into my Twitter.
I really hope it's great because I want to be able to confirm that that's a fact. You know,
No, once people start saying that, it's just there's never gonna be peace between the Tom Holland.
it just needs to be dethroned, man. Like, but no, like I feel like no, because Raimi, it's never gonna happen because Raimi stands are just so
No, because look, I'll tell you why it's like
adamant on
because the original Spider-Man trilogy, it had nuances, it had little things about it that built an atmosphere that makes an actual good movie, not just a comic book movie. not just a good comic. It was actually a good movie by movie standards.
I feel like you can say the same about Homecoming.
No, you can't, because it's too direct. It's not. There's no little nuances about it.
I don't think Spider-Man 2 was objectively that great of a movie.
I'm not saying it was that great of in terms of you just judge the scope of all movies. I'm not saying it was that great of a movie, but it was a good movie.
But I do think that has potential to be better, though.
Anything has potential to do anything.
No, I think it has a real potential to be better.
You could watch it and it could be trash in the end.
That's true.
It has a potential to go either way right now.
Yeah,
really
I don't like that they did the mask CGI. Like, I'm watching it right now.
No,
like, they've CGI the mask. Like, why not just make actual masks?
Well, they had to CGI them coming on.
Yeah.
And when you CGI something coming on, it's easier to just not have it there.
You can see Iron Man's face, and then the CGI goes on, and it moves, shifts a little bit.
Yeah, the tracking is not.
But that's such a minor thing.
And also, it's that was probably the least important. They threw the amateur CGI guys at that. Everything else was because Hulk looked really good.
Yeah,
Professor Hulk, he didn't look stupid.
They just slapped that Thanos tech on him.
Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the thing is, if Far From Home is not better than Spider-Man 2, we'll admit it, but if it is, you guys won't admit it though.
If it is, I'll admit it.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Because you're thinking of some type of
Maybe you will, but no one on my
Remy
Twitter.
stands as a general army.
You would.
They're never gonna
That's so irrelevant to me. I don't even. Why would I care about what some random people are thinking about some movie that I either like or dislike?
But I feel like even now, you have a preset in your mind of it's not going to be better to you. You're thinking.
But I don't even care whether or not Remy stands are able to admit whether or not it's better. I just want you guys, not you guys, but Remy stands in general to be able to just allow Homecoming fans or Tom Holland fans to just enjoy their movie without being condescending.
Yeah.
About
I'm not saying you can't enjoy it. It's a decent movie.
Not decent specifically. I just think the fans think that if you prefer the Tom Holland take on the character, you don't understand Spider-Man's character or whatever, and that's such a stupid way to think. It's so ridiculous to me.
And there's so many iterations of Spider-Man that it's also kind of just whack to say that.
Yeah, the character has
there's so many versions
for several decades. So it's kind of difficult to say that Tobey Maguire is the definitive embodiment of a character that's existed for
but he stayed relatively consistent in the comics over that period of time. I don't think he's changed that. I don't think his personality has changed a whole lot.
What I'm arguing is that there are aspects of different ones you can put to both Tom Holland and.
Tobey Maguire, he doesn't look like Peter Parker. He looks just like a dork basically. He is this that's not Peter Parker to me either. But what they created around that makes it work.
And that's what I feel. So
that's the smartest thing I ever heard any Raimi fans.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe Raimi fans just get it confused like that because if you look at Tobey Maguire, he has this even when he cries, he just looks like a goof. You just want to laugh. But it's the whole thing they create. He's not crying just to cry, or there's no fighting just because to have an action scene. Everything in the movie means something. When he goes and saves people, it's not just saving random people, saving Mary Jane. That's why Mary Jane's inserted into every situation so that everything has more weight.
That was
That's kind of a coincidence.
That's just plot pushing.
But everything has more weight.
Yeah, that's just pushing the plot. Then, if you're just putting MJ in to show Peter,
Peter's got to save other people.
Yes, but a lot of the time these villains find out who Peter is, and who are they going to use against him? They sometimes Aunt May was used against him a few times.
Wait, when?
Remember when in the first movie when Green Goblin just went into Aunt May's house and started screaming at him, and then she went in the hospital, and that's when Mary Jane and Peter Parker were there, and Harry showed up.
You remember?
I need to rewatch them.
I don't need to rewatch them, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
I remember Spider-Man 2 very well. I don't remember.
I remember that Spider-Man 2 and 3 very well. I don't remember watching the first as well.
Well, in the first one, Aunt May was used, and then Mary Jane was used at the end again. And Mary Jane was also used in Spider-Man 2. Yeah, because they knew who he was.
Bro, the crazy thing is, upstairs in my room, I have a DVD of Spider-Man 1. You can have it if you want. It's just
I don't use a DVD player.
No, it's not a Blu-ray. It's definitely not. It's just a DVD. I also have the Avengers, but because I never had a Blu-ray player.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like everything just has more weight to it as well, because you're not just fighting for like, because every time you see in these movies, it's always like to save the city, and all this other stuff like that. I mean, which at first when you hear that sounds like a big deal, but you keep hearing it over movies, you know. So when you add a little bit more into that, something personally is in it for him. I feel like that's what makes it better. You know.
That's true, but then that makes him feel like a little less of a hero too. If he just keeps saving Mary Jane.
And as well as everyone else. You know, I mean, even you look in Spider-Man 1, when he's in the center and Mary Jane's on one end and like kids or something like that, or something like that.
Like the truck of people or whatever? Yeah, you're right.
And he had to go...
That was good. Like,
but look how happy they are on the scene. They're like happy going to war.
You know, like when before they
Just
leave,
like
before they all leave for the time jump, and Black Widow's like, see you in a minute. They come back. She didn't come back. I don't know why I'm laughing. That's not funny.
That's kind of jokes.
That's not funny. That's not funny. That's not funny.
I see you in a minute.
Nah, that's so sad, dude. Alright.
You said Nebula's your favorite?
No,
Starting to
my
become-
favorite Guardian.
Oh, really?
Her and Rocket, yeah.
I think they need to buff the Guardians, dude.
Nebula and Rocket are my favorite out of the Guardian.
They need to strengthen the Guardians, dude.
Thor
They're
is
so
my
weak.
favorite Guardian.
Thor's not a Guardian yet.
He's now a
He is.
Guardian.
I guess.
Okay,
Wait, so is there
as
Thor
Guardians.
4 or Guardians?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, he's confirmed
That's kind
for
of
2.
wild.
Is he gonna like lose that?
I don't know. Like, how is he gonna just leave?
Yeah, he's gonna
for one movie?
I'm pretty sure he's gonna lose the gut.
Okay.
Lose what?
The gut.
Got though.
Okay, yeah, definitely. They beat Thanos. It's a wrap. What do you mean?
He got himself.
He got to see his mom. Well, I don't know if he got his self-esteem back because he didn't do anything.
Oh, I mean, he was.
fought, bro.
I thought when the lightning
Did he
came in,
barely
he
fought?
was
Barely
back to
fought.
God.
Yeah, when the
That would've
lightning came
been-
down, I
that
thought he was
would've
gonna lose. That would
that
have
would've
made
been-
so much sense. So his armor appears
Yeah.
when he does that.
Yeah.
So why would
So
he?
I thought he'd go back to actual like God form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Exactly,
the way he
because
looked
he's
at
calling
Infinity
it. That
War.
makes
Yeah.
sense, kind of actually.
The reason they couldn't do that because then it'd be a wrap for Thanos. Let's be
That's
honest.
true. Yeah, Thanos would have got caught.
Well, no, I'm talking appearance wise.
No, but like
Like he would've
if
got
him
that.
being fat came with the loss of power.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like he couldn't fight. When he lost the hammer, Thanos started throwing him around like a rag doll. Literally.
Yeah, true.
It was funny how when the lightning came down, his beard got braided. That was so funny, yeah.
But it
Yo,
was sick
I-
though. Like the
I
shot.
have a question. Really though? It did not.
Does Stormbreaker have any like laws to it?
Like Stormbreaker,
yeah,
you don't have to
can
be
just
wearing-
hold it, right?
No, like not anyone though. Like a human can't just pick it up.
Oh,
Like you still have to be strong to wield it.
okay. So there's no like law
It's
of
probably
like.
heavy too.
Yeah, but you don't have to be worthy though.
Yeah. Okay.
Cause yeah, like Groot picks it up technically, right?
True. Cap picked it up.
Yeah, and Thanos is definitely not worthy, and he just grabbed it. So yeah, I don't think there's any loss to that one,
Okay.
Yeah. Right. This is sick.
except they can summon the Bifrost, which is like
That's so sick.
that's sick. Yeah,
If you
But
think
why
about it,
did
like
they summon the Bifrost then in the movie though?
to
When they
do
were
what?
fighting Thanos.
To do what?
To do what?
To get away?
To fight the army though. Gotta have more support with them. Because when they call the Avengers,
but like, who would he call with the Bifrost?
just don't they have a whole ass army?
They brought them.
Yeah.
They did though.
Asgard team of all the Asgardians.
With all the Bifrost?
No, with Doctor Strange.
No, the Asgardians.
Yeah, I know, but why didn't the Bifrost come through?
Because Doctor Strange came through. What do you
By
mean?
then, Thor was already knocked out.
Yeah, Thor was not thinking about,
Okay, oh, yeah,
let me
that's
call
true.
all my guys. He was thinking about, yo, I need to lose some weight. Because he was losing the fight.
Yeah, but it was so joke. So even when Thor's like out of shape and fat and everything, Star Lord is still threatened by him.
Yeah, and he's still, dude, you know, once he like, sits down, he still has abs on his belly.
Loki?
Like, there's still a six-pack on his stomach.
Loki, why didn't Thor save Iron Man?
Wait, what? What are you
Like at the end. After Infinity War, you know, Tony Stark stranded out in space. Why didn't he save them?
Thor didn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Wait, then I thought they told Captain Marvel where to go
Wait, how would Thor have saved him?
with the Bifrost.
You can't Bifrost a ship. It's too dangerous. Like, to Bifrost, you need to know exact location.
Oh,
Captain Marvel can just, like, have to go search. He can't Bifrost, like, oh, he's
He can
generally
be- can he
around
be in
type.
space? No, right? Thor can't
Thor,
be.
can he breathe in space? I don't think that was established ever.
I swear we saw a clip of him in space where he it's in Guardians.
Probably,
yeah.
and also
Or not,
at the end of the first Thor, you know when Loki like breaks the
Just look at
thing
Infinity
fall
War.
and goes flying into space.
Oh, he's like
On the edge of the
I don't know.
Look
That's
at Infinity
space.
War.
But Infinity War, he was like incapacitated in space. I think he can survive in space, but I don't think he can breathe.
So yeah, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
Like I think he can just float out there and live longer than a human would.
He probably can.
He's
He's
not long.
literally a god, so he
Yeah.
probably can.
I don't know. Maybe
That's true.
that'd be kind of OP.
Asgard's OP, but
Wasn't he like?
Well, no one can technically.
No, but
fly
in
in
Thor,
space,
what
right?
was it?
Captain
Thor
Marvel.
2 or
Oh
3?
yeah.
Thor 2 or 3, he was like frozen in space.
Yeah, he's like that in Infinity War too.
Yeah. So
Guardians.
then, I mean, he must have
But then again, like Star Lord survived for a few seconds in space as well.
for a few seconds. But Thor seemed like he was there for longer.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he can breathe. I think he can just chill.
That's true.
So, like, because he would have been done if someone didn't find him.
That's true.
Like, he would never gonna wake
But
up.
still, it's like
freezing.
minus 200 degrees in space.
But you don't know what part of space that was.
It doesn't matter what part of space that was.
You don't know what kind of Marvel logic they're coming with.
Unless you're like right next to the sun. That doesn't make sense. I was kind of hoping for like an action scene, like a Captain America 2 style action scene.
In the
that would've made
elevator?
sense.
No,
Yeah.
I knew they weren't gonna do that.
I thought
knew
they were.
gonna do that.
I thought they were gonna do that.
You like thought you were gonna use
Yeah,
that.
if anybody wants to get out.
Soldier style, yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a sick scene in Winter Soldier.
Like what I don't. The one thing was what we were saying about this. Like the next time someone saw Cap, it was like they think he's Hydra.
That's what I was like. I was like, dude, what if one of the Hydra operatives was like, hey, Cap, hail Hydra, right? And then I was like, what? And then they thought it, like,
Yeah.
Maybe they thought it was Loki. Like once they hear about everything that happened in the second one,
Yeah, that's
like,
true. Yeah,
oh,
they could've thought it was
Loki, and Loki knows.
Yeah,
Probably.
because then Cap met with him. He's like, I have eyes on Loki.
Yeah, and he probably said that to everyone,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
but he
then,
didn't say that Loki was in his costume.
Okay. Yeah. So then they would have thought it was.
Maybe though, maybe. I don't think. I feel like no. Hail Hydra is definitely a thing you don't discuss like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't see someone and you
Yeah.
just
You
say,
just go like Hail Hydra. Like,
yeah, you don't do that. So they probably never would have said anything to him
That's
again.
Yeah, we give him.
I was happy that they ended it with Iron Man dying because, like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. It would have happened in a different movie and it wouldn't have felt as good.
Wait, what different movie would he have died in?
Okay, but eventually,
any other movie,
I mean,
like,
Robert Downey
future
Jr. would get
Yeah.
tired,
Say there was another movie.
right?
Didn't an interview release where
Okay.
someone said he wasn't ready to give up the role? Or
Okay, my bad. I didn't mean he died, but they wrap it up not
But wait,
as good.
he gave up the role though.
Yeah, well, obviously
So then-
he might not have wanted to really. I don't know. I
Are
read
we
something.
sure though?
I read an article. I read an article where he didn't.
Yeah, it's 50.
He wasn't ready to like emotionally close out.
Either that,
Emotionally, I mean, that's a little different.
yeah, either he wasn't ready or he just got too old, and you're like, this dude just looks stupid.
Is he that old?
He's
54.
He doesn't look that old.
Yeah, he
kinda does
definitely
look
doesn't
that old.
look that old.
54 isn't even that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, dude. Daniel Craig is
54.
like 69 and he's still
No,
doing he's still doing his James Bond stuff.
I'm pretty sure Daniel Craig is younger than.
45 or
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
What?
No. Daniel Craig's like 50.
Yeah, he's 50 something.
Okay, first of all,
51.
Daniel Craig isn't like the shape. He's in good shape.
Or
So
no,
Robert
that could be
Downey
movie
Jr.
magic.
Robert Downey
No,
Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
is
is not that
51.
in shape.
No, he's not.
Some of the scenes in Iron Man, his belly, he kind of look like
Yeah.
Thor.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's young, bro. He's 51.
Okay, that's
He's young. He's freaking.
for James Bond. That's old.
Yeah.
51.
Yeah, I mean, he's a more
not
seasoned
old.
But
James
for
Bond.
James Bond, that's old.
That's not that old.
Yeah, but
I could
still.
see George Clooney as James Bond.
No
No,
way.
no.
No way. What in the world? George Clooney?
a James Bond.
George Clooney's a little too.
James Jr.
First of
I'm
all,
not
he's
saying
old.
he's
Like James Bond.
Second of all, he looks kind of goofy to me. Like he's these huge eyes. Like it's not James Bond. Like Daniel Craig and Casino
Anyways,
Royale,
I don't
like that
like
was the perfect age.
I don't watch
When he was
Bond.
younger, I could maybe, but
I don't watch Bond movies.
Aren't they bringing? Isn't the next Bond going to be female?
No, it's Daniel
that
Craig
would be
again.
weird.
Wait, no,
I
like
saw
not
the
now.
petition
Like after
for-
Daniel.
I saw the
Craig.
Why
petition
at that point? Like,
People
what's
want
the
Emily
point of doing
Blunt to be
that?
James Bond.
Or why did they
There's
change it
literally
like that?
no point in doing
Why
that.
did they name
Yeah,
it?
literally
Yeah, like
just
she can't
create
be a
a-
James Bond then. She's gonna have
Why
to
can't
be
you just create
Jennifer
a
Bond.
Jennifer Bond.
Jane Bond?
Yeah, that's kind of fire.
That's sick. That's a sick name, but it's like just create a new character. I think.
Exactly.
You
Like,
don't need to
I
do
don't.
that. Like
I don't.
that's so
Why would?
stupid.
Yeah. Why would girls even be happy with that? Like, oh, you just gave us.
Okay,
this
yeah,
new
you just
character. Give us our own
you
character.
changed it. No, like just create a new character that's a badass
Exactly, yeah.
female agent. You don't need to change the historically like.
Yeah.
And it can be a new movie running at the same time as James Bond too.
So
Yeah. It's just like when they do stuff like that, it just tells me that you don't have any storylines to come up with. You just run out of ideas.
Like, if you need diversity, create diversity.
Where-
You don't need to
wasn't,
change things that already exist.
Wasn't it Idris Elba like people wanted?
Yeah, some people want to.
Yeah,
you gotta get someone young though if they're gonna come in.
No,
and
but
take
still,
the role.
I didn't want that either. Because if you're gonna be against changing James Bond to be a woman, why would you be okay with him changing race as well? That just
Is it
No,
specified as
I
race,
think
though?
you're
yeah,
right.
no,
I think it's because
that's
of race
different.
that they did it.
That's different. No,
It's just
I
because
do think there's a
He's just
slight
a sick
difference
ass
between that.
actor.
There is, but it's also in the same.
No. But the character, a lot of the characters, personality and like attributes are due to his like gender. You know what I mean?
and also
Like,
That's
he's a
true.
British,
Yeah.
like, the way he acts and all that stuff, and like his general like storyline and the structure of his stories and the whole Bond girl thing, like that's all centered around the fact that he's a man.
but still,
Only reason I
then again,
think him being black
Would it
works
work?
is British.
He's
It would
English,
just,
right?
as long as it's a British man, I think it would work.
Yeah.
But the minute you change
Why?
to a woman, it completely destroys the essence of the
Because
character in the
his-
first place.
historically,
Yeah.
James Bond has just been a white male.
But that's historically. It's not like
Well,
it's
that's
from a
what we're
reference
talking about.
material where he's white.
Yeah, it is. Based on the novels by Ian Fleming.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You know, he's always been that way. So if you're gonna be against changing him to be a woman, again,
Yeah,
if you want,
I agree though. I think if you're gonna make him even black, it should be a new character too. Like if you put it in or something.
exactly. Just make him like 008
Yeah, I don't
or
think
something.
exactly 008. 008 sounds so lame, bro. That sounds so lame.
Just 006. I think they had a
005
006.
sounds no.
No,
Why does it have to
007
be
is just the
00?
best.
This.
Because they're the 008.
Yeah, what do you?
There's like the.
Bro, I don't watch this shit, bro. Why you? This guy doesn't-
Oh my god! See, I was gonna say something and I didn't. I forgot again.
Yeah, see, and he's Scottish, so I guess he makes
Dude, I saw this one. I don't remember who it was. There was a girl on Twitter ranting that the female scene in Avengers Endgame was like offensive. She thought it was offensive. This is where they all all the girls are.
I
She's
mean,
like,
it seemed like it was just there just to please the.
she was arguing that it was
I
just
thought
for
that was
marketing,
awesome.
Well, yeah.
which that doesn't make sense.
How's it for
because it's a
marketing?
spoiler.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the marketing.
Yeah. How's
Like,
it?
I mean, it's just. I mean, maybe people see it and they go home and they're like, "Oh, did you see the shot where all the women?" Are
And then it's just a girl says, "Oh, let me go see this movie." Just
They
because
could, though. They
That's
could,
so.
though.
That's such a stretch, though.
Yeah.
Like, why not just be happy instead of going that far to find
I
something?
don't know. I mean, I don't have that much of a problem with it. Like, it was
I thought it was
cool moment.
I thought it was so sad.
Yeah.
And it was like they did it the last movie too. So like,
No, but like that moment, like
Okay, but
the
what-
theater went crazy.
what's
I was
Mantis
so-
doing? What's Mantis doing?
I genuinely want to know what Mantis was doing.
Bro,
right now.
what was the woman from Black Panther doing
No,
with the spear, bro?
that's
She
different.
was
She didn't fight,
not
though.
doing
She didn't
nothing.
fight,
She
though.
bodied him.
Corvus Glaive.
Yeah, he's just a hater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
no,
Okay, listen. In Black Panther,
you saw her fighting though.
She is so sick of
There were
her.
literally shots of her fighting.
bro, compared to like Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch, she's useless as hell. Everyone else is useless compared to those two.
No, but in
You should've had
a war, no one's useless. You need every
You have a
soldier.
baby there, is that going to be useful?
No, I'm talking about like soldier-wise. You need all the soldiers.
I guess, but
Somebody comes down to that one
Somebody
man.
needs to kill the small fry.
But still, it's like, why would
She
she
killed
go to the front?
quite a few
Yeah,
people.
she's-
as well.
yeah,
Like I love. And dude, even in Black Panther, she's so badass with the spear.
No, but still, it was just like there was one moment where she was like.
That's like saying why
so
even have
primitive.
anybody else in the movie, bro?
Yeah,
Just have
also,
Captain
and then-
Marvel
That
and
makes
Thor.
no sense.
What
That was
else?
so primitive, and she's wielding a spear. That makes no
It's a
sense.
vibranium power spear.
No.
Oh, yo,
It's
why does
a- what's
Thanos have a sword?
what's the
It's so
line from
primitive,
Black
man.
Panther?
Yeah, it is.
What's the line from Black Panther about the spear? Like a spear that with the
Yeah.
power to take out a what? Like a tank or something. It's a powerful spear.
Yeah, it's not. That ain't no.
Like if anything, you should be complaining about Shuri.
Who?
Yeah.
Who is that?
His sister. His sister.
Oh yeah, she was.
Like if
she was
anything, that's
extra
the person you should be complaining.
Yeah, if you're gonna even complain.
Yeah, definitely not the general of their army.
Well, yeah. Isn't his sister just like the tech person?
Yeah, but she got like blasted, you know. She had to pull up.
Nah, it's kind of
The
useless.
blasters were.
She had to pull up.
I'm sure
the
she
blasters are kind of
Okay, but if Captain America needs you, not pulling up to help.
I mean, I'm a pull up, but I'm not gonna be in the front lines.
That's true too.
Well, if she's confident that she can kill them.
Yeah, but Mantis kind of stayed back. She kind of
Why
like
is, why is this even something that matters? Like I
It's
don't
just
understand.
It's just a funny conversation.
I guess. Okay.
the shot of them all running, like
Yeah.
all side. Yeah,
That was
some of them are running kind of funny. Like every time I see it,
Black Panther and Cap always run too fast. It makes it look everybody looks so weird.
That's so sick. Like in Infinity War, when they all dash in front of him.
Yeah.
Everyone.
They look like they just put him on 1.5 times the speed.
I was watching these videos about like why Thanos is stronger in Endgame.
Dude,
And
most
it
of
makes
those videos,
like the videos actually made no, because so one of them I watched had good points.
I think those points are so clear though. Like everybody should know those.
Okay, what did they do?
Like he's obviously way more determined. In Infinity War, he had the gauntlet. At which point he did not need to worry about anything. At one snap, he could.
That's true.
And secondly, like he's fighting. Basically, he's dead in the future, so obviously he's pissed off.
That's true too.
You know?
Yeah, those are the points.
Yeah. See, it's so
and it's just like in this movie, he was literally just fighting to kill. The other movie, he didn't want to
Where
kill.
was
It was
that
personal.
blade though in Infinity War?
Nah, he had.
Why would he need a blade?
No,
he
but,
had
no,
it.
but in Endgame he had the blade.
Apparently, he had it.
This is that was
apparently-
2014.
No, but apparently he had the blade in Avengers. And it was just
Infinity War?
it was a cut scene. He had it at the beginning of the opening scene because that's why the Lego set has it.
Anyways, that's
The
a
Lego
warrior
set
guy.
comes with, yeah, and like he doesn't even when he got one stone, this guy took off his armor in the first scene. So he obviously felt gassed with the stone.
Yeah.
he was ready to take all the smoke. He didn't want his armor anymore, which kind of makes sense. If you have an Infinity Gauntlet, you don't need your armor.
Mm-hmm.
So that does make sense. But yeah, that sword it was really strong. He definitely should have kept it.
Yeah, but dude, like the comic feels way more epic. It's
Really?
just, yeah, because it's like the Avengers, all they pull up and you see he just freezes them in time. And
That's
but-
so lame. That's not epic.
but see that happens, and then I'm not gonna get into all of it, but he's convinced to like go a little bit easier on them, kind of thing.
Oh.
So like he reduces his powers, but he still is like crushing it.
Yeah, but they always have to underpower the villains. Like Ultron in the comics, he like literally he wins. So they have to they can't make the villains too, because they're doing a realistic take on the Avengers. Like Cap in the MCU, okay, realistic compared to the comics. Cap in the MCU is apparently peak human. Like they don't consider him superhuman, whereas in the comics he's like superhuman. Not
That's
superhuman, but he's way stronger than peak human strength. Yeah.
Okay, bro, wrap it up first. So we don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired.
Okay. Get some energy for the end quickly. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You mean to slap you?
No, I'm good.
There you go.
I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna put that in.
Okay, well, thank you for listening to or watching the first, I keep saying second because we recorded one, the first episode of the podcast. Let us know what you think, if you're going to continue watching, if you enjoyed. If you're not going to continue watching, please don't do the podcast because some people will watch. But yeah, comment down below any questions you have for anyone up here because we're going to do a segment starting now where we answer questions from the last podcast comments. Anything from like brick film. It can be brick film questions. It can be like anything you want to say or what we have an opinion on, and we'll answer in the next podcast. If it's a specific question for Sadina or Nick, we can call them in if they can't make it as well, or just text them, and we'll have an answer for you guys as well. So yeah, make sure to watch Avengers Endgame Part 1 and 2 on mine and Nick's channel. Sadina's got a lot of his own videos. And that's it. That's all social medias in the description. Thank you for watching, and yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.